Hello, wonderful people of the internet. I need to do one really quick thing before starting today's stream, and that is just to resize my face. I think that's about where I want it to be. Maybe a little bit smaller. Sorry about that, like 1 pixel smaller. I should have done this before stream, but I didn't realize it was going to be an issue. So sorry about that. You're just going to have to see this, and you're going to have to deal with it. I think that's about what I want. Yeah, that looks like it's about what I want. Perfect. Okay, so let's move this over here. And now let's go ahead and get started. Sorry about that, guys. Also, let me know if there are any audio issues. I don't really know how to fix them right now. For some reason, when I started today's stream, it sounded like when I was doing the audio and video sync at the start of the stream, just before I started stream, there was a little bit of peaking in my microphone, which I thought was kind of weird. Okay, so let me go ahead and get everything ready to go for today. It's going to be an interesting day. So I decided to do a programming challenge today, a programming challenge that no one asked for, and that's totally fine, right? Like, I mean, no one knows me for programming challenges, but something that I thought was kind of fun. And so the goal for today is to basically do some meaningful algorithm without any text available. So like, I think my goal is just to implement Monte Carlo because it's got a nice visual result. But I'm going to make a terminal that is black background with black text. So let me cd into projects. Oh, wait, where did I... Let me just open up GIMP really quick. Where did I... File new. Okay. File save. Where did I save it to? Oh, I probably saved it to... Monte. Hey, vent. Probably cd projects simulates challenges. No, maybe videos challenges. Yeah, there we go. ls there. And now let me just do mirage b whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna have this up in the upper corner so that anyone who comes in knows exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna have black text on a black background, and that is what I'm coding with. That's exactly what we're gonna do today. Now that sounds kind of boring, potentially. I don't know. We're gonna try it out and see how this goes. Yep, there we go. That's what we're gonna do. I don't know. Maybe this will be fun. Maybe it won't. It's kind of an experimental stream to see what we can do. So the first thing I need to do is just open up OB key. And the reason I'm doing this is just so I know what command I need to execute. So let's see. I'm gonna look for Windows U here. UX term. What? I just run UX term? Oh, okay. Well, let's just try launching. I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's just see what happens if we launch. 1 second. So in our big terminal over here, we're just gonna launch UX term. We don't X term really is fine, and then we're gonna do BG black, FG black. Okay. So this is the terminal we're going to be coding in. It's right here. This is, I mean, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so the thing about the terminal, again, you can't see any text. So I'm going to cd into projects, simuleos, and you can see that I changed that directory from up here. And now I'm going to make a new directory, and the new directory is going to be called challenges. Hopefully that went through, cd challenges. Okay, I'm there, and now let me go over here. CD projects, simuleos, challenges, ls here. Good, so there's nothing there. Okay, so I think we can just go ahead and get started. I don't know, like, I don't know if this probably isn't interesting for a lot of people, but I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of a fun challenge. So, I think we can go ahead and go. So probably for the YouTube video, if I were to turn this into a YouTube video, I would I'd literally just take clips from the Twitch stream, which is something I don't normally do for my YouTube videos, but it's something I kind of wanted to try. So I was hoping we could wait for a few more people to come in. Yeah, we'll probably do it in Julia, because Julia error messages are notoriously awful. So this makes it even harder in a lot of ways. So I guess we can go ahead and start. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cool. Okay, I guess we'll just jump into it then. Right. So I'm just gonna like start over again and pretend like I'm doing an intro to the YouTube videos, and we'll see how this goes. So, right. Hello, wonderful people of the internet. I decided today to do a bit of a programming challenge. So here's the thing. Every time people come into my channel, they always ask me one particular thing, and that is, where is your syntax highlighting? The truth is, I don't particularly like syntax highlighting. I don't think it helps me code in any way, and it actually visually distracts me when I'm writing code. Now, the thing is, I've gotten so many of these comments that I've started to kind of play around with it a bit and say, well, look, I mean, at least we have two colors in the terminal, right? We've got the black color, which is the background, and the white color, which is the foreground. So then I started thinking about it more and more, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do a programming challenge where we have black text on a black background, and then we try to code up some algorithm in the algorithm archive. So for the purposes of this particular video, we kind of decided, or rather I kind of decided, a very simple algorithm to test out the waters would be Monte Carlo. And if you haven't already checked out the video for that, there should be a video link in the description. And of course, there's a chapter already available on the algorithm archive. Is this your new syntax highlighting? Pretty much, yeah. Simplest color scheme of all, just black. That's exactly what we're working with here. So let's see. I'm already in my challenges directory, and what I'm going to do over here on my straight black terminal is create a file. So we're going to say file.jl. We're just going to mess around with it really quick. So now inside the file, I'm going to say print line hey. Okay, I'm going to write this, and over here I'm going to run Julia, and I'm just going to include the file I just created. And it should return hey, right? Because that's all I did. I did print line hey. So now we have the ability to write text in this terminal over here and run the text over here. Now we just have to introduce Monte Carlo, explain what it is, and then try to figure out how we're going to write things. And as I'm kind of thinking about how we're going to do this, the hope is that we also try to find ways to minimize the number of keystrokes, or maybe find some way that it's not as error prone as just writing code would normally be. So we'll talk about that. Maybe there will be some cool discussion brought out from it. So first things first, let's open up Zernal PP and let's just jump into it. Try to describe what Monte Carlo is, why it's interesting, all this stuff over there. Okay. So for those of you guys who may not have seen my video on Monte Carlo or checked out the Algorithm Archive article on Monte Carlo is actually a relatively straightforward algorithm. Here's the idea. So I'm just going to write Monte Carlo up here. Let's say we have some sort of square, right? Well, okay, we know the area of the square. It is whatever the length is times the height, right? So we'll say the area of the square is going to be equal to, and I'm going to notate this as L, we'll say, and this as H, we'll say. Maybe I should have notated that with a comma instead or something. So height H and length L is going to be height times length, or length times height, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So now let's say we embed inside of this object something else. So we have a square and we embed some other random object inside of it. It doesn't matter what the object is, but the fact is we're trying to find the area of this new object, and we have no idea what it is. But again, we do know the area of the square. So what we can do is we can actually send a number of random probes at this particular space, right? So what we can do is we can send a whole bunch of little darts and shoot. I need to find a better intuitive way to say that. So what we can do is we can actually probe a bunch of random points inside of this space. And we'll find a number of them that fall within the object and a number of them that fall just within the square, but not within the object. So I'm going to color these as any point that falls within the object will be, let's say, blue, and any point that doesn't fall in the object will be pink. So we'll have a bunch of points that fall in here, and we'll have a bunch of points that do not. Again, I'm just going to draw a bunch of random points here. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to find some sort of ratio. So I'm going to say the ratio R is going to be equal to the number of points that fell into, so the number in our object, and then we're going to say the number, we'll say number in object, just to be clear, and then the number that fell within the square, so number in square. Now, to be clear, the color scheme here is a little bit funky, right? So when we say number and square, it's both the blue and the pink points put together, not just the pink points. So it's all of the points in the simulation. So let me go ahead and put that down. All points used, right? So in this way, we can find a ratio. And if we know the ratio of the area of the square, the important point here is that this ratio is the ratio also between the area of the object and the area of the square. So doing some simple math, we can say that the ratio times the area of the square is going to be equal to the area of the object. So that's the idea behind Monte Carlo. As long as we can create some sort of function that allows for us to tell whether a little point probe has fallen within our object, then we can create some sort of ratio that allows for us to still define the area. That's the entire idea behind Monte Carlo. So in code, you might write something like this, and I'm just sketching it out because I'm going to have to write it out in code later. So we're going to say we have some sort of function, Monte Carlo. It will probably take, I don't know, like maybe the number of points that you're going to run the simulation. Maybe the length and height of the square could be. And then also maybe the perimeter for the object or something like that. So we'll say object parameter specifications. So in here, we're just going to say for I equals 1 to the number of points that we're running for the simulation. Essentially, we're just going to pick a random point. And then, if, let's see, in shape, we'll say point. So if the point is within some sort of shape, we then say the ratio. Oh no, Zernal crashed. Restore file. So we'll then say the ratio of all the points inside is going to be plus equals 1. And otherwise the total ratio. And then we can end the for loop in here. And then we simply say that our ratio for the entire simulation is going to be equal to the ratio on the inside. And I guess we should say, instead of ratio, we should call this points on the inside. And then down here, we're going to say points in over n. So that's kind of the entire idea. Hey, Kark, how are you? So again, function Monte Carlo is really straightforward. We have, some sort of points in equals 0, and then we basically do that. Did you change your schedule? It used to be more midnight in the past. I didn't really change the schedule. The schedule has been the same since I've come to the US. So I've been trying to stream from 6 to 8 p.m. every day, but I don't know if I can actually do that. So Japanese time, that's actually a little bit later. So, and then we end the function down here. So that's kind of that's our sketch for the Monte Carlo method. It's not particularly hard. So what we're going to do for a very simple implementation is journal new page before. We're going to do embed a full circle in square. Okay? And then 2, we're going to find the ratio. And essentially we need to find that the area is going to be equal to pi r squared, right? So that's what we need to find. And then 3, I want to go back and I want to plot, right? And in particular, I want to make sure that this plotting step is done separately than the writing of 1 or 2. And the reason I want to do that is because, again, the purpose of this challenge is so that we basically create code entirely without seeing the code that we're writing. So I want there to be a step where I have to go in and manipulate functions that I can't see. And I think that's kind of important. So yeah, that's where we're at. Is this the algorithm archive stuff? Yeah, so this particular algorithm is in the algorithm archive. Algorithmarchive.org. It's the Monte Carlo method in here. And I think in general, the code will be very similar to that. Oh, hello. 1 second. In general, the code will be similar to that. How do we input the sample points? Totally random. Yeah, they should be almost entirely random. Okay. So I'm going to quit out of this file in this terminal in here, and we're just going to remove it. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new file, and it's going to be called vi montecarlo.jl. Okay. In this file, again, just to make sure that we're actually editing something, I'm going to say print line Monte Carlo start. Okay, so let's go over here, and we're going to include, and I think if I did this correctly, we should have include Monte Carlo, ooh, capital C. Oh no, I also misspelled Monte. So I want to try to fix that Monte. So it says Monte H. So instead of saying like Monte H, it says Monte without the H. So I'm just going to look back for the last H, and then I'm going to delete that character, write that, and include it again. Monte Carlo start is fine. And now let me move Monte Carlo into Monte Carlo.jl. Okay, so now I should be able to include this with a lowercase c. Yeah! Oh, this is gonna suck a lot more than I thought it was gonna suck. Okay, let's just see how this goes. All right, so we're gonna have to create a bunch of different functions here. Now, am I in the file or am I not in the file? Okay, just to make sure I'm in the file. Let me include it one more time. Okay, good. I wrote something. However, I didn't write it correctly. So let's go back to the comma, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Write this. Go over here. Include it again. Oh, so close. Y, X. Monte Carlo start. Let's go. It's snake case, but Carlo's a name. That's basically it. Okay. So I need to think of a plan as to how to do this such that I minimize the pain. Okay. So we have Monte Carlo start. I'm going to leave that in there. Oh, oops, I'm in the wrong terminal. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in there. And now, like I said before, we're going to have a few functions. One, we're going to have an in-shape function, but we specifically know that this function should be an in-circle function. So I'm going to say function in circle. And this is just going to take 2 points, an x point and a y point. End. So if I write this and I include this, we now have in circle as a function defined. Good. Okay. Check this out. Generate random points in an end sphere. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Let me see. Open. Open. Oh, I'm not in the right. Open, there we go. S. I feel like I've used this for research. I feel like I definitely have used this for research. Okay, I don't know if we'll put it in the algorithm archive or not. Okay, because there's just too many algorithms to do. Like I said before, if I could find a way to like make the algorithm archive my full-time job, I would do it like right now in a heartbeat. I'm not particularly fulfilled with my current job, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have to find a function that basically says, are we within or not within the function, or within the circle? And I just now realized that the in circle function should take also an argument r. So I'm going to look for in circle. This would be great if you guys could like see what I'm doing, but you can't. And then I'm going to go to the next comma. And I'm going to do n here. Write this, go over here, include. Ooh, extra token in circle after end of expression. Okay, well let me just go to line 3. Delete that line, open up a new line above it and say function in circle. And we're going to say it's n, x, and y. I'm sorry. R, X, and Y. That should compile. Okay, so now let me just, I misspelled circle. Okay, do it again. Okay, so we have in circle defined. Let me just do methods of in circle just to make sure I'm doing this right. And it looks like we have, oh no, I have in circle as a function of n, r, x, and y. So let's remove that n. So we're going to do n comma, and okay, so we're going to try it again. Include unexpected comma. Probably just need to do this again. Include. Okay, so now let's do methods of in circle. I don't understand. I'm going to close Julia, open it up again, include methods of in circle. It has just an x and a y. Okay, I see. R, x, and y. So now we're going to try it one more time. So now we have methods of in circle that takes r, the radius of the circle, x, and y. Okay, I need to find a way to, like, is there a way? If I had a second monitor, this could work. So, like, I could give you guys the monitor, because you guys need to see the visual output somehow. How am I going to make it so you guys can see the visual output, but I can't? That way it's like, that way you guys can tell what I'm doing. So I think that's the central problem for this particular, coding challenge. We have to find a way so that you guys can see what I'm typing, but then I can't. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. What if okay, I have an idea. Let me go over to OBS really quick. So I'm going to quit here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to quit here, and I'm going to close that terminal. And now we're going to cd into projects, ls here, cd into, what do I call it? Simuleos and then challenges, ls. Now let's go into vi Monte Carlo.jl. So this is what I did so far. I know it doesn't look great. In fact, I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to show you guys this terminal. Is this xmonad? No, it is OpenBox. So let me go to OBS really quick. I'm going to put up my embarrassing screen while I do this, just so you guys don't see like an infinite recursive thing. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I think it should be fine. So let me go into studio mode. You guys are not going to be able to see any of this, but that should be okay. Let's see, what am I going to do? Duplicate. We'll say terminal, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to add window capture. Okay. And I want to grab one of my X terms, but I don't know which one I want to grab. Probably this one? Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one, I think. So now if I go over here, you should be able to see it. So now I just have to move that over there. That looks good, I guess. Okay. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but give me just a second. Okay. So now I'm going to exit out of studio mode, go specifically into this guy, and now you guys should be able to see if I pull an additional terminal covering up this guy, you should still be able to see the guy behind it. So like you guys should still be able to see the terminal, right? So then I'll be coding. Okay, so I'll be coding on this. So then I just have to find a way to make this terminal always in the background. Is this an esports stream? No. I'm just trying to find a way to do this so you guys can see what I'm typing, but like I can't see what I'm typing, and that's actually going to be a central problem. But once we figure that out, we should be okay. Can I make it? Let's see. Set window always to be background. Let's see what we got here. I feel like there is a way to do this. Let me just do obconf. And let's see, Windows, resize. Um, let's see, margins, desktops, appearance, Windows. What do we have here? Mouse, desktops, margins, dock, appearance, theme. It's one of these. Wait a minute. If I do this button, no, okay. I want to make it always in the background. 1 second. Set terminal. What is the word I'm looking for? It's not omnipresent. You guys know what I'm looking for? I'm looking specifically for the word that means this terminal, this window is always above another window. Let's see. I think that's what I'm looking for. Open box. Juxtapose? Is that a word? Huh. Juxtapose is a word, yes. Let's see. But no, there's a word, okay. Let me open up obconf again, and let's see what we got here. I feel like, I just don't remember. There was a way for me to set the windows such that I remember distinctly I chose these icons that moved up there. Do I do ob theme maybe? Oh, that's not going to work. Ob, I feel like it was obconf. Oh, here it is. Ah, gotcha. So new window icon, close, shade, roll up, omnipresent on all desktops, iconify, Windows label, maximize, active Windows title, menu header, active on display. No, this is not what I need. I don't need any of this. So let's see, window icon, maximize, shade, roll up. Is there a way to superimpose on my screen? Right click title bar, layer, always on top. Okay, good. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I need. So now it should be, I should be on the right terminal. Move this down. So, okay. So wait, let me see if you guys see me typing anything. So if I go vi Monte, oh. Okay, so am I in the file? That's my question. Did my stream just drop? Anybody? No, it says I still have a good bit, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to look to see if I'm in the file. Yes, I'm in the file. Okay, so you guys all see me, like, okay, I'm gonna do something, and I need you guys to tell me if that something happened. So I'm now going to delete all lines in the file. Did that happen? Oh no, that didn't happen. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it. Now it should have happened. Did that happen? Okay. Good. Okay, so then I cannot, so I can't see the file at all. So I'm gonna undo that, and now I'm gonna. Okay, so I cannot see the file now. So. Okay, so now everything should be back, right? So I can't see the file. So let me modify this thing. So it's black background, black text, or black text, black background. But I'm also gonna say I can't see this file. So I'm just gonna like draw something really quick and say I can't see this. And so that way I modify this really quick. So let's modify that so people know what's going on. So GIMP, whatever I called it. Oh, this is always on top. Well, let me. Okay, so this is what it said currently. I'm gonna make it so Um, let's see, how do I, so it's black background, black text. And then I guess I just want to write, how am I going to make this so it's actually readable? So I wanted that because it's simple. So let's just mess around with it a bit. So I'm just going to delete this. And I'm going to delete this. Maybe a bit more down here. Okay, and let's just make a new, why can't I fill in that area? Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Oh, I wanted to fill in that area and this area. Okay, so let's make a new little splash card, and then we'll go from there. I like the black background, black text, but I need to write also, I can't see this, and point in the direction of the terminal. So, oh, actually, maybe that's just what I write. Maybe it's not black background, black text. It's just I can't see this. And I think that'll be fine. Okay, so text. I can't see this. And then we're going to make this all white. Okay. Make it, let's see, Linux Libertine. Make it, I don't know, 400. Maybe that's too big. 300. Maybe that's still too big. Yeah, it's still too big. Oh, unless I move that down to the next line. Apostrophe. Yep, so now let me move this over here somewhere. Sure, that'll do. Image, guides, new guide by %, horizontal, okay. Move this over here. Okay. So now let's see. I'm going to draw with, I think I can just do this. No one's really going to care. Is there a tool that I can do this with? So I think I want to do, I think I just want to do this and then this. Something like that. And then I want to stroke that. Oh, wait. What are you guys seeing? You guys are probably seeing the terminal. Let me make it so you guys can see what I'm doing now. So now you should be able to see what I'm actually drawing. Sorry about that. I forgot that I had a separate screen on. So I'm just gonna draw a line there. How do I actually use this tool? Tool mode. Fill path. Solid color. Fill. Okay. Probably because I need to make it white. Fill path. Fill. Stroke path. I want to modify the paintbrush tool really quick and make it so this is way smaller. Yep, okay, that should be right. Go to the appropriate layer and do it one more time. So I think this and then that should be fine. Well, actually, maybe just a single arrow is fine. Let's just do boom, boom, and then we're just gonna go up here, back over here, and then over here, something like that. That's probably fine. So file, overwrite, done, discard. Not what I meant to do. Okay. Open this up. Move this over here. Okay. So now I think it should be obvious. I cannot see the text that I'm writing. And then, yeah, so that's above it now. And let me go over here and go back to the appropriate scene. Okay. So now, okay, just to make sure we're on the same path, on the same, like, understanding the same thing here. I'm going to quit from this file. And so now I'm unable to see the text that I'm writing. That's the challenge. I cannot see the text that I'm writing. The only thing I can see is a Julia REPL over here. But you guys should be able to see the text I'm writing. So like, I should not be in the file right now, I think. So if I run the SL command, you guys should now be seeing a train moving across the screen. But that shouldn't have been there before. So like, I cannot see that train. So I have no idea what's happening. All I know is that, so that's the challenge. So I have this giant black terminal covering my screen that you guys don't have. Is that clear? Like, does everyone understand the challenge now? Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is good then. Now the question is, should I restart? Why are you doing this? I thought it'd be fun, like just doing a programming challenge. I don't know, maybe it's not. But I think it'd be kind of fun because you guys get to see, like, you guys should see all of my failings. Um, as I keep going. So should we restart the challenge? Because technically I did see the code that I was writing. Um, yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I should restart the challenge, just because I did see the code that I wrote. So let's just restart everything from scratch and go all the way back to the start. So we're gonna clear this terminal over here, and now I'm gonna move back to this terminal over here, and I'm also gonna clear that terminal. And now I'm going to remove Monte Carlo.jl. Should be removed. If I go over here and I ls, it's gone. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I'm now gonna open up Monte Carlo.jl, and over here I'm going to run Julia, and then over on this terminal I'm then going to say print, okay, try that one again, print line Monte Carlo start, something like this. And then over here we're going to run include Monte Carlo.jl, Monte Carlo start. We're doing a Monte Carlo implementation. If you haven't heard of Monte Carlo before, it is available on the Algorithm Archive, and I do actually have a YouTube video about it as well. Let me just go ahead and pull that up for you. youtube.com/user/leios. Oh, you try that again. And then I'll give you the, what, What do you mean I couldn't open youtube.com? Oh well. I'm good. Why didn't I just go up here? Okay, well, too late. I already did it this way. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Learning is something I've always... No, I'm doing the blind program challenge right now. I haven't even started. This is it. We're doing it right now. We're doing it live. You caught us at just the right time. Let me do... where's most popular, I guess? Here? And then Monte Carlo here. Shut up. Let me yank and move over here, paste in here. There. Okay, so that's the Monte Carlo video. Feel free to check it out. Again, it is available in the Algorithm Archive, and we just talked about what exactly it is. So we talked about it here. Now, just to be clear, you guys don't see the terminal here. Like, you can see the full Zernal screen, right? I think you can. Right, so you see this full thing, right? So if I write on here, you guys can see that. Sorry, I for some reason my stream playback's not working over here. Okay, so you see everything over here. You see the scribbles. Great, okay. Just had to make sure. Good. Okay, so now we should be good to go. As you can see in the Monte Carlo file, I have specifically one thing, and that's just saying print line Monte Carlo start. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I don't know where I am in the file anymore, so I'm just going to press G and assume that I'm now at the bottom of the file. Open up a new line. Ah, crap. I'm in the wrong terminal already. This has to be right? So, okay, let me go up to line 1, move down to the bottom, and just press hi. And now let's go back over here, and we're going to include Monte Carlo. Okay, good. So I seem to be doing something right. I want to remove that hi. So I'm now going to do this. And then do include that. Oh, no. So I deleted that. So I want to delete this character and change that to a T. There we go. Good. So now we're back to where we need to go. Okay, so now I know what line I'm on. I'm going to open up a new line. I'm going to open up a new line, and I'm just going to create a new function, which we're going to call in circle. And this is going to check to see if we're inside of the circle or not. It's going to take point X and Y, and then we're going to end it. And then if I go over here, we should have in circle, and if I run methods of in circle, we should see one method with R, X, and Y. So this is just going to take a radius, an X location, and a Y location. Okay, so now the question is, what do we do? Hey, Sir He, how are you? Okay, so I believe I'm at the end statement right now. That's where I think I am. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to find out whether we are in the circle or not. So let me open up a new line above. So let me open up a new line above. And we're going to say, what are we going to say? We are going to say that, should I open this up in Vim and use syntax highlighting for you guys since I can't see the syntax highlighting anyway? Whatever. That's gonna kill me. It's not so blind when you ask the interpreter after writing each line. Okay, fair. Okay. I won't be. Well, it's still mostly blind, right? Besides, yeah. Okay, so maybe we could have not called it blind programming challenge. I don't know, like error statement, like error. I don't know what to call it. Like I can only see error messages. Like maybe that's what I should have said. So error challenge, error only challenge. Like maybe, yeah, we could call it the error only challenge or something. But I don't know what else to call it. Sorry about that. I don't see this going smoothly. Yeah, I don't either. Just turn your monitor off. Yeah, that would be a bit more of a hassle. Okay. So I want to basically return true if x squared, if x squared plus y squared is less than r squared, I'm returning true, else I'm returning false. So if x squared plus y squared is less than r squared, return true, else I think that's right. No! Extra false after end of expression. Dag nabbit. Okay, so I have no idea what went wrong. Absolutely no idea what went wrong because I can't see any of the code I'm typing. So what do I need to do in this case? I'm going to go to, because I know I just started, in circle. I'm in the wrong terminal. I'm going to go to in circle. So now I'm at the in return is spelled wrong. Is that it? We have to help you with this? Uh-oh. So ret. So one of the returns is, it must be the second return is spelled incorrectly. Okay, so let me do DT space and then do return. Try that. I thought that was it. I genuinely thought that was it. Oh, I'm completely lost. Okay. So, I thought I was on the right line. Oh, unless I deleted the wrong return. Okay, that could be true. False. False. Okay, so let me do I, and then DT space, then return. Ah, yeah, okay, that worked. All right, so in that case, we should be able to, by the way, this is stupid micro optimization, but instead of DT space I, you can do CW. Oh, I could have done that, yeah. It said return, I got an E. Okay, so now we should have an in-circle command, and we should be able to run it. So if I run, but I guess, for the sake of the argument, I'm actually going to write it in here. Down to the bottom of the file, and then run in circle. And we're going to say R is going to be equal to 1, and then X is going to be equal to 0.5, and Y is going to be equal to 0.5. I think this is in a circle. So if I go over here and I run include Monte Carlo, we get true. So now let's modify those so we're no longer in the circle. And I'm just going to change one of the 0.5s to be like 2.5. And this should give us a false. Good. Okay. So we have that working. Pretty happy with that. So what are we going to do next? I'm going to delete that line. Let me get some water. And now we have to start writing the Monte Carlo function. I'm I think we should also... I'm wondering if we should also... It was 20.5, but oh well. I'm trying. What's the... I mean, this is the best I can do, you know? Okay, so... How do we want to do this? So we're going to go ahead and start writing the Monte Carlo function. And I'm wondering if the Monte Carlo function should take like a shape function as an argument, you know? Should it be Monte Carlo n, which is the number of points we're using? And then should it be like read in the shape function? Or should we just hard code the fact that we're using a circle? Let's not hard code the fact that we're using a circle. Let's make it so it can read in a shape function. And that shape function will be in shape. So I'm going to delete this. I believe we just deleted the line. So if I go over here and we include... Oh, I did not delete the line. Oh, no. Okay, good. So that line is deleted. Don't spoil the code he's writing. Okay, open up a new line. And I'm going to say function Monte Carlo. And it's going to take n and then in shape, which is a function. Okay. Write that, go over here. We should now have Monte Carlo is defined, and methods of Monte Carlo is going to be... I misspelled Carlo again. Try that one again. Okay, and an in shape. Great. Open up a new line. I am going to generate a random x and a random y separately. So I'm going to say our initial random point... Oh, do we need an initial random point? We probably don't. So for I equals 1 to n, and I'm going to call it Rx is equal to rand. I think rand just returns from 0 to 1. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 and then subtract 1. And then I'm going to do... I'm going to change one of those Rx's to an Ry. My guess is that this code right now says Rx equals rand times 2 minus 1. And then Ry equals rand times 2 minus 1. That's my guess. That's what I think it says. Am I off? I feel like if I'm off on a line number. I'm on the wrong line number. That's what I'm worried about. If it's Ry above, then I'm now writing code in between. How would I check? How do I know what line number I'm on? Let me do... Okay, so now we're going to do include. And let's just run Monte Carlo 10 in circle. Undefined value Rx not defined. Okay, so that means I need to do got it. Nice. Okay. All right. So now I believe I'm on the I'm not Okay, so if I include run Monte Carlo, oh gosh, thank goodness. Okay, so now what am I going to do? We have a random x and a random y, and we have the in circle function. So now I need to think. I should have, at the very start of the function, created a count. I did not do that. So I'm going to go up to Monte Carlo, which should be the line that Monte Carlo is on. I hope I wasn't in insert mode. And I'm going to say count inside the shape is going to be equal to 0. Now I'm going to go down to Rx. And I'm going to say if in shape Rx, Ry, did I open it up with a parentheses or not? Is my spacing wrong? Probably. If in shape, I'm now going to print line true. Why am I not using vectors? What do you mean? Oh, I didn't want to use vectors just because I didn't want to write the word vector. Car. Eh? How could I have possibly gotten this error? I don't even understand how I could have gotten here. Oh, Julia does have vectors, definitely. I have no idea how I could have gotten here. Look at the top of your Vim window. I can't see a Vim window. Like, I don't see the code. So let's see. Oh, I did go to the top, and then I DD'd. So you want me to DD again? Okay, so now we have the function Monte Carlo, but we should also have methods of in circle. Yeah, so we have in circle and Monte Carlo. So if I just run Monte Carlo of 10 in circle, no method matching in circle, float 64, float 64. Oh, because I didn't define a radius. Personally, I use Jupyter Lab. Okay, yeah, but oh, okay, we're talking about a different. I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry about that. You were talking to Fulcher. Okay, so this is because I typoed the in circle. So let me do insert. So let's go to in circle. I'm not confident I typed that right. So let's do in circle. That should be the right one. And now I'm just going to go to, I'm going to go to the next Rx, and then I'm going to read in just 1 as the radius. And I believe this will work. So if I do include Monte Carlo, length, invalid assignment location 1 around, dang it. Okay, I have no idea what's going on then. Let me just undo that last insert, and let's try to think about how we're going to do this again. So this should still include just fine. So the issue is that in the Monte Carlo code, I've apparently written in circle, but I forgot to put the radius argument into in circle. So I have to find a way to do that. I thought that's what I did, but I apparently failed. So let's go up to top. So let's go up to the top again. Oh, come on. So I'm now on that guy. Okay, so now I'm on the right terminal. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to look for in circle. All right, so now I'm in the in circle function that I think I should be on. Now I'm going to say search for Rx. And so I think I'm in the function arguments. And so if I run that, we should be able to do include. How's that so bad? Why am I so far off? Okay. Okay, so I need to rethink about how we're going to do this. How did you obfuscate your Vim window? So what I did is that I actually have a separate window. Let me close the file so I don't accidentally cheat. Oh, actually, does this include right now? It does not include. So let me. Does it include now? Do I need to write it? And now will it include? No. Let's undo and then write it. And now we include. Okay, so now we have a file that is working. So if I right quit here, so what I have is I've got an extra terminal covering this terminal. So I just have an extra window that's covering it up, so I can't see what's going on. So I think if I just press, if I press up again, I should be in the file. And just to be sure, I'm going to do print line Monte Carlo start. Go over here, include. Okay, good. So we are. Good, 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 good. So yeah, I'm seeing that this is not particularly like, obviously there aren't too many people watching, so obviously this isn't like super engaging content, I suppose. But I don't know, I think it's kind of fun. I thought, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. You know, worst case scenario, like it isn't actually fun to watch. So you guys need to tell me, like, is this actually enjoyable? It might not be. I just thought it'd be a fun little like, you know, fun little challenge, you know? So, okay. I now want to go to the end of the file. So I'm going to make sure I'm in normal mode, go to the end of the file, and I'm going to look for the first Rx. Then I'm going to do that. And I think if I go to include, we have Monte Carlo. So now let's try running the last Monte Carlo. There are no methods matching in circle, float 64, float 64. Ugh, all I'm trying to do is make it so I know what the problem is. The problem is that in circle should be in circle R, X, and Y. Why is R missing in the function call inside Monte Carlo? Like, I'm trying to fix that. That's literally what I'm trying to do. I typoed. I made one typo, and that one typo I'm unable to fix because I can't get there. So, hey Goshiko Deshita, how are you? So let's... Did I write the last one? Maybe I didn't. Include Monte Carlo. I must have. Okay, so let's go ahead and undo that because clearly that didn't work. And now we're going to do, we're going to try to include it again. Monte Carlo, same error as before. So how about I go to the end of the file. My cursor should be on the end of the file. I look for the previous in circle function. And I just count it out. So now I'm just going to go to 1, 2, CIRCLE, parentheses open. Did that work? Oh, come on. Oh, it's in circle 1. In circle 1. Okay, so I was close. You there. In circle 1. So that means I need to press A. Okay, so now if I include, no, I thought I was there. I was so close. Ah, okay, well, let's go back. You here. Write that. We're going to go to include. So we have, okay, let's try it again. I'm going to go to the bottom of the file. I'm going to look up for in circle. All right, so I should be on the line with in circle. I'm going to go to the end of the line. Press escape, and so now I'm on the parentheses at the end, and if I search before for Rx, I should now be on the Rx, and I should be able to do this. Did it work? No! I thought I was there. Did you already forget you're doing arbitrary shape Monte Carlo? Yes, I did. Thank you so much. That was exactly what I needed. You're right. It's in shape, not in circle. You're totally right. Thank you so much. Include. All right. So that means we're actually looking for not in circle. We're looking for in shape. I see what you can do W instead of counting letters, I guess. So let's look for in shape. G down here. In shape. Okay. So I'm now going to go to Rx. Haha! Yeah! All right, let me get some water. So now we have the ability to tell whether we're in the shape or not. So if I go down a line, 1 second. So if I go down a line and I press capital I, hear me out here, I now need to say that count in plus equals 1. Need to move over 1 and press $. And then I need to go to the bottom of the file, go up to the last end, open a new line, and say print line count in. Okay. Dang it. There must have been a typo. Count in not defined on line 16. It doesn't really help me. That helps me even less than normal. So what would line 16 be? Count in not defined. I thought that's what I defined. Okay. I don't know what I called it then. So let's go up to... I think I just pressed the... Okay, so let's go up to Monte Carlo. Move down a line. Okay, so I'm going to move down a line, and then I'm just going to delete that line. And I'm going to write it. We're going to go over here and see if that includes unexpected end. So no, I did not want to do that. My guess is that after Monte Carlo, after the function Monte Carlo was written, my guess is that I didn't actually define count in, which I thought I did. So let me go down to the bottom of the file, look up for Monte Carlo, and then go down here and define count in equals 0. So now let's see what happens if we include, and we try Monte Carlo. Eh? We have points. I don't know what these points represent. Oh, these are just the print lines. Yeah, these are just the print lines for the locations of Rx and Ry. Luke Gorilla, I know what I need to do. I don't see the code. So just for the record, guys, again, like I am fully understanding of what I need to do. I cannot see the code that I'm writing. So I have no idea. I have genuinely no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Right. Also, I don't mean to sound, I'm sorry if I sounded like rude there. That wasn't what I intended to do. So for some reason, print line count in didn't work at the bottom of the file, which says to me that I didn't actually write print line count in, but it did run. So I am suspecting, I feel like I got the spacing all wrong for the count in. I feel like that's what I did. Okay. So let me get some water. Okay, so what do I do next? So we should be able to run Monte Carlo then. We should be able to get the count in, I think, unless I called it something else. So let's go to, it should be count in plus equals 1. And then at the very bottom, it should say print line count in. Did that not happen? Let's go to the bottom of the file, look for the last, I swear. Okay, I'm really hoping, I should be on a line that says print line count in. Am I on that line? I'm waiting for chat, because I'm actually, is that what this line says, or am I completely off base? Dang it. Okay, so I'm not on that line. Crap, what do I do? I must be on print line RXRY. Which means my previous print line function didn't... Someone's saying yes. Oh, I'm on print line RXRY. Well, I don't want that line anyway. So I'm going to delete that, go over here, and we're going to include this. And then we're going to run Monte Carlo. Okay. So now we're going to move down to the bottom. And we're going to look for the last end. And now I'm going to go up one line and say print... I'm scared. Did I break everything? No, I didn't. Okay. Again, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Go to the end of the line, look for the last end statement, then go up and do print line count in. And now we're going to do include Monte Carlo. Why did it do that 8 times? I have a question, Noob Julie question. Let's define count in at the beginning of the file. Why is it necessary to define inside Monte Carlo function as well? Oh, I have count in defined at the top of the file? That was completely unintentional. I'm using count in as a local function variable. I do not want it to be global. That is my bad if it's global. So now I have to find, how would I find it if it's global? I'm gonna guess that if I go to the top of the file, I look for count in. So that's where the previous count in went, and I dd there. I can then include and then do that. Okay, well, we're kind of getting there. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to, I want it to be local. So in Julia, it really matters. Like your scope really matters, and so variables are not. I don't think variables are naturally considered global. So I think that might be the answer to your question. Okay, so did I delete the count in that was global? I think I did. So let's go down to the bottom of the file again. Okay. So I want to go back down to the bottom of the file. So what I was hoping, here, let me just sketch out what I was hoping happened there. So what I thought I had written was print line count. I thought my print line print count was here after the end of the for loops. But I think I actually somehow put it here. That's my guess. Add printline rxry and print in place of printline count in inside for. Put count in outside for. Wait. So to be clear, what I think I have written is the following. What I think I have written is function. Tell me if this is right. Monte Carlo, which takes n and then some sort of shape, in shape function. We'll call it in shape. Then I think I have count in is equal to 0 for I equals 1 to n. We're going to say r. I think ry was accidentally put in front of rx is equal to rand times 2 minus 1. And then rx is going to be equal to rand times 2 minus 1. It should be plus 1. Sorry about that. Okay. And then we say in if in shape rx ry, actually 1 rx ry, and yeah, thanks by the way. So let's see. So if in shape 1 rx ry, and then in here I want to say that I have count in plus equals 1, and then I end the for loop, and then I do print line count in, and then I end. So how far off is this function Monte Carlo in shape? Let me actually just bring this over here, and let's make it a bit smaller. How far off is this from what I actually have? That's my question. It must be pretty far off. Well, I think what I have is I think the print line is here. That's what I think. It's the same? So I think the end and the print line are switched. That's what I think. Is that correct? Okay, good. So I'm not as far off as I thought. So now if we just move this, I'm gonna make this big again, and we're gonna move that over to that desktop. Okay. Oop, that was not what I meant to press. Okay. So I'm gonna go down to the end of the file, which I think is the end statement for the function. And then we're just gonna search for the last end, which means I think I should be the end for the for loop above it. I think that's what got me last time. And then I'm going to DDP. And if I do include, and then we run Monte Carlo, nope. Whatever I did was not correct. I don't know what I switched, but I didn't do it right. Um, how far off was I? Capital P? Thanks. And I switched. So now what happened if I understand correctly is I switched these two end statements. Did you save the code? I did save the code. Um, but I think I can fix the code just by doing the same thing I just did. So if I go down here, and then I look for the last end statement, and then I do DDP, I think this is fixed. So now I think I've switched the two end statements back. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is go down to the end of the file, open up a new line. You changed nothing? Oh no! Okay, let me try it again. Okay, so I'm going to look for the last end statement. Did this do it? I'm getting the same results. So I think I switched it. I think. Okay. Just a new line. Okay, you guys are just gonna have to deal with the fact that the spacing is off. I can't fix that. Like, I just genuinely cannot figure out how to fix that right now. So what I actually want to do is, okay, well, it is what it is. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. I can't fix the spacing. It's it's the best I can do. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the end of the file. Go down to the end of the file. Oh, oops. Okay. Okay, so I should be on the empty line at the end of the file. I'm going to go over to the last print line. I'm going to DD there, so I'm going to delete the print line entirely. And if I write this and go over here, we should include, and we should have no print lines in the file. Now I'm going to go down to the end of the file. I'm going to look for the last end statement, and now I'm going to paste it above it. Dang it! How is this happening? Okay. G, I'm going to open up a bunch of new lines. So there's a bunch of new lines at the end of the file. We'll go over to the print line. We're going to go up to the print line statement in here. Okay. And so I should be on the print line. I'm going to DD there, write this, make sure that we don't have any printing. Monte Carlo. You've added a new line, so I'm so impressed with what you're doing. The spacing doesn't bother me. I'm glad someone's impressed. Okay, so now I'm going to go down to the bottom of the file again. I'm going to look for the last end statement. Oop. Oop. Come on. So I'm going to look for the last end statement. And then I'm going to try to paste the print line above it. How are we still within the for loop? I'm so confused. How? The thing is, you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And I don't understand how it's not working. So here's what I'm trying to do. I added a bunch of new lines down here. So I get to this print line, and I copy that into the register, right? I delete it. I go down to the bottom. I search for the last print line, the last end statement, which should be here. And then I paste it just above it. I don't understand how to fix this. How do I... Let me get a little bit more water. This is super... Go to the print line, remove it, and then add print line again. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. So we're going to go to... There's only one print line in the file. Oh, there's not. There's two print lines in the file. G print line. I thought the code you draw is correct. The code you wrote wasn't. And is not getting matched with your search for some reason. I can't see the empty lines, so I have no idea what you guys are seeing. I'm sorry about that, Remicio. Do the same thing again twice. I have that many empty lines? Okay. G print line DDP. Between the end statement are empty lines. Okay, so G print line DDP. How close am I? Include Monte Carlo. Okay, so I should be in the right spot now. I think I'm in the right spot now. Okay. So I didn't realize I had that many empty lines. I'm gonna be very interested. I'm gonna be very interested to see what comes of this. Honestly, like when I'm looking at the code, I'm gonna be looking like a 5-year-old's coding for the first time ever. Okay. So now we have the print line in the correct location. So what I want to do is I want to modify the print line just to say return the count in over n. That's what I want to return. So let's go down to the Okay, so let's go down to the bottom of the file. I'm going to look for print line. And now I'm going to say this line is now going to become return. Ooh, I have to be careful here. There's a potential that it's going to do floating, or it's going to do integer division. So I'm just going to say div of count in. Oh gosh, I hope there wasn't a typo there. There might have been a typo there. With n. And I want to go over 1 and do $. Okay, let's see how that went. Include Monte Carlo. I'm only getting 1s and 0s because div must be for integer division. Okay, div. Okay, we need to get rid of that division sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4, $x. Go back to the last comma, and I'm going to change this into that and do that. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. All right, so that seemed to have done something. We are now returning a ratio that seems to be different. So now let's go to 100. Let's go to 1,000. 0.081. What is pi? What is pi times? What is pi times pi r squared? Oh no, this is the ratio. This is a ratio. This is a ratio. So what I want to do is multiply 0.081 by 2. 0.8 times 4 is what I want. 3.2. We're looking for 3.14. That is remarkably close. Okay. I think we have a working Monte Carlo code. I know it looks like absolute garbage, but I think we have something working. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and then we have to do 2 things. 1, we have to plot things, and 2, we have to abstract it to other shapes. This will be interesting. So I'll be back in just a second, guys. Yeah, I saw that in def codes you were timed out. If you say something like that again, you will be officially banned from the channel. So cool. So let's just keep going. Okay, so I should be back live. We can go from there. So how's everyone doing? Just to refresh everyone on what's going on here. We are going to. So just to be clear, what's going on here? I cannot see this central terminal. I realize there is code there. I realize it probably looks ugly, but yeah, I can't see it. The idea here is that we're coding up a very simple Monte Carlo implementation, and it looks like we have something that is kind of working. So that's where we're at. By the way, Nippon Ninja, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. So yeah, hopefully we have 2 steps to do from here on. We have to 1, plot things, and 2, after plotting things, we then need to draw some arbitrary shapes and stuff like that. So that's where we're at. And now plotting is going to be really difficult. So we're just gonna see what we can do here. Also, let me make sure you're on the right scene. Yeah, you're on the right scene. So you can see the terminal. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea which mode I'm in. So I'm just going to go up to the top of the file, and I'm just going to go up here and do using plots. Okay, so now if I do include, it should take a while because I should be loading plots. Okay, and just to make sure it is working, I'm going to just try to plot something basic, and that's it. So we have using plots at the top. Oop. And so now what I'm going to do is just plot. I'm just going to plot a straight line. Can I just plot 1 to 10? Is this going to work? Let's see. Let me get some water. I was expecting a plot to appear, and no plot appeared. So let me go into the terminal here. Plot 1 to 10. I was expecting something to happen, but nothing happened. Is this because we're in a file? Plot's invisible, maybe? Oh, maybe it just doesn't load because we're on in a file. Is that what you're arguing? Okay, so let's go to the top and let's look for plot. Oh. So let's go to the top. Let's look for plot. Plot invisible. You're obsessed with simulation. Yeah, there's a few things that, Bacheleo says a lot. So I'm going to delete that line, write this, go over here, include one more time. Just make sure it is included. And then what we're going to do is go into sweet on the inside, but looks rather odd. Oh man, you're so mean. Why are you so mean? So, okay. We will be, okay, so what I want to do is in the Monte Carlo function, I want to add the plot. So I'm going to go to Monte Carlo, and in here, I'm now going to do plot 1 to 10. Write that. And then we go here, and if we run Monte Carlo for 1,000, yeah, why aren't we plotting anything? Are we only able to plot from the REPL or something? I genuinely thought you could plot from anywhere. Okay, so this means we can't do a plot from a file? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Surely we can plot from a file. I'm so sorry about that. I hit the microphone. Let me do function plot check. Twist is what we'll call it. And in here, we're going to do plot 1 to 10. And then we're going to run a plot twist. Yeah, that creates a plot. What? I must not be editing the right line then. I must be like on a completely different line. Report Simuleos for assaulting his poor innocent microphone. Yeah, sorry about that. I accidentally hit it. I didn't mean to. Okay, so I think I'm on the right line. Like, I do need help from chat here. Like, I am editing the line immediately under function Monte Carlo, right? What I attempted to do, let me open up Zernal again. What I attempted to do was modify this line in here. Okay, so good. I'm at least editing the right line. So then in that case, the question is, why is it not plotting? Not exactly sure. Okay, so everyone's seeing the same issue here, right? So when I include it over here and I run Monte Carlo, I was really expecting a plot to show up. But when I run the function, which has plot 1 to 10 in it, it doesn't seem to be creating a plot. So everyone's seeing this. This isn't just me, right? Like I didn't just do something dumb. Okay. Then in that case, let's see. I don't actually know what to do. I was hoping to create like a cool plot. But I don't think we can create a cool plot. I think maybe we just have to live. We did Monte Carlo. First of all, we did Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is working as anticipated. It is returning. I mean, in actuality, we should make it so it returns the area instead of returning the ratio. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to move over here. Okay, so I'm just going to look for a plot, and I'm going to delete that line, go over here, and we're going to run include and run Monte Carlo again. Okay. So again, in principle, we should be, can you store the plot as a JPG in Julia? You can. We could store it as JPGs. So we would plot it, and then we would, after plotting it, we would just save fig, essentially. We could do that. But let's first make it so it returns the actual area instead of just a ratio. So what do I need to do? I'm returning, what am I returning? I'm returning count in divided by something. And that divided by something is 4, I believe. No, count in divided by n is what I'm looking for. So let me just go down to the bottom of the file, and let's look for the last return statement. And then what I'm going to do is ooh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to look for the next count. And so I should be at the start of the C for count in. So COUNT_IN. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Crap. G. Count in. Add a parentheses there. Add a parentheses there. And then multiply by 4. Include Monte Carlo. Yes! Okay. So now we can get closer and closer to pi, which is 3.14148. What's this called in Agile? I don't know. So what do you guys reckon? Should we go through the effort? So we do have a working Monte Carlo now. It is working. What we have is genuinely a working Monte Carlo code that was written without me seeing any of the code I'm writing. I am 100% sure it's ugly. Now, my question is, do we go the extra step? Do we try to get something plotted? Or do we just call it? Do we say that this is the end of the first programming challenge as a proof of concept? And see if people like it. What do you guys think? I personally think it's kind of fun. Like, not being able to see the code that you're writing. If you think it's ugly, you haven't seen the Windows API. It only looks ugly at the end. I don't know what it looks like. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spaces everywhere that I don't like. Apparently there's like a whole bunch of end lines, or stuff like that I've never seen. Also, I'm playing with this tape measure. I need to not do that because I think you guys can hear me playing with a tape measure on stream. Okay, so at this stage, I'm interested to hear you guys' feedback. I was thinking about editing this up and turning it into a YouTube video because I thought it'd be kind of fun, like a blind programming challenge, something like that. This would be relatively easy to edit up into a video. So I don't know. I thought maybe this would be pretty fun for some people, maybe. What do you guys think? Is this worth trying again? Should we take it a step further? I think maybe we should at least put like another shape in there besides just in circle. So we also have like in square, maybe. Yeah, maybe we do in square as well. Okay. And the other thing too is I need to make it, okay, so this isn't particularly good because here I'm default saying that okay, let's do a few modifications. So the first modification that we're going to make here. So I think at this stage we do have a working Monte Carlo script. The modifications I want to make are, one, I have hard coded the circle on the inside of our Monte Carlo function to be of radius 1. We could do Batman. That'd be interesting. So I've hard coded it to be of radius 1. Just because it's a unit circle. What I think I want to do, let's see, how do I want to do this? In principle, you can put any function in there, right? So I'm trying to think of a way. Oh, I think the Batman logo is nice because it has an analytical formulation, and we already did that, so there's precedent for it. I don't know, maybe this is as far as we can go. Also, you have to push it to GitHub. In principle, a computer is a deity. What? Could you discuss drawbacks of the Monte Carlo algorithm? Yeah, we can talk about that. So the Monte Carlo algorithm is known to be... Okay, so first of all, the advantages of Monte Carlo, right? Let's just go over here and let's just draw this out. Why not? I'll also move this down a little bit. Okay. Embed the full circle in the square. So we did this one. We found the ratio. And now the last thing we have to do is plot it, which is what I said I would do. But we couldn't get the plot to appear. Maybe we'll come back to that. So let's do journal new page before. And let's talk about Monte Carlo a bit. Okay, so the way I have Monte Carlo written right now, it is a general purpose, well, not general purpose. It's literally only useful for integrating shapes embedded into another shape. That's all it's useful for right now. So if you have a big shape, you put another shape inside of it, it's useful for that. You can find the area of the interior shape. The nice thing is you can get a pretty close approximation with very few points, and it's super easily parallelizable. It might pay to clean up the N on the Monte. I don't know what you mean. I'm so sorry. So yeah, Monte Carlo is great because it's parallelizable. That's nice. It's also relatively easy to get close enough approximations to the area. The main power of Monte Carlo doesn't come from the way that we implemented it here. It actually comes from the fact that Monte Carlo is like a general purpose. When you say Monte Carlo, you don't often mean this particular method that we showed you. You usually mean a class of algorithms that use randomness in order to integrate some result. So Monte Carlo is kind of like the first of many Monte Carlo methods. So what we've shown here is the first of many Monte Carlo methods. The drawbacks are that, one, it does rely on randomness, and two, it's not particularly accurate. These are the two big drawbacks. So that's what I would say. Okay. Let me get some water. So what I guess we do need to do then is we need to plot something and output it to a file, which is fine. We'll do that. We can do that. So let's go ahead and do that. And then that will be where we close it for today, because we did say we would at least plot. And again, limitation here in that the Monte Carlo specifically works on a unit circle. That's a big limitation, but it is what it is. We're just going one step at a time. Okay, so how exactly do you save fig Julia? Output plots. Oh, it's just save fig. So I believe. Save fig fn. How do you save it to file? Okay. Save fig. That's it. Save fig function. Let's just mess around with it a bit. So I'm going to say plot is going to be equal to plot from 1 to 10 or something. PLT. Okay, so now we have the plot, and now I'm just going to do save fig of PLT to out.png. Does that work? Okay, so if I do mirage out.png, yeah, we have the image right here. Nice. Okay, good. So we know what we need to do now. We're just gonna have to save the fig to an output file. So first we need to create the figure, and then we need to plot it. Okay, so what I think is gonna have to happen here is we're going to have to create the plot. We're gonna have to create the plot. Uh-oh. I want to make it so all of the little dots that appear on the inside of the circle are like green, and all the dots that appear on the outside of the circle are red. So we're going to have to add a new point to the plot every time step. So can I just do plot is equal to plot and make an empty plot? And then can I just do scatter on PLT, and then give it some point? Does that work? Okay. Yeah, okay, that seems to work. I deleted my Julia REPL. Okay, let's open that one up again. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to create an empty plot, and then we're gonna have to project simulaos challenges ls. Yep. Julia. And so we're going to do include Monte Carlo.jl. Okay. I don't remember if we have plot, the word plot in the file or not. So this is going to be interesting. Let's just go. So I should be at the bottom of the file now. Oh. I should be at the bottom of the file now. I'm going to go up to Monte Carlo, and I'm going to say PLT is equal to plot. Does that compile? Yes. Okay. Cool. I think with the blind programming challenge, you should do the algorithm blind, but testing and displaying output should be visible. We can't see the code now. There's twice Julia window. Oh, really? Let me fix that. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, you're totally right. Let me fix that. So I need to do edit, and I want to do that one? No. That one? No. I want to do that one. Nope, I can't find it. I promise I'm not looking at the code. Okay, so we're gonna do wait, where is it? Project Simulaos challenges. Oh, I can't find the terminal screen anymore. That is interesting. Maybe I closed it? Okay, well I didn't close it. It's right here. So let me go back and let me just do right quit here. Okay, and now I'm actually gonna close it. And I'm gonna open up a new one. Huge. Over here, move this terminal so I can resize this one. Should be there, I believe. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is go over here. 1 second, sorry, I know you guys can't see anything. I'm just messing around a bit. Here, okay. So now you guys should see a giant blank terminal. Okay, so CD projects, simu leIOS, challenges. You don't see a blank? Change the scene? Oh, sorry about that. You're right. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Studio mode, and then terminal. Okay, so now you should see a giant blank terminal, right? That I just CD'd into the appropriate directory. Like if I do SL, you should see a giant train. Okay, and I think it's in the right directory now. I'm just gonna touch file just to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what are you guys seeing? You guys aren't seeing anything? Ah, I might have gotten the wrong terminal then. Yeah, I got the wrong terminal. Crap. Okay, let's fix that. Edit here. And now we're gonna do that one. Okay. Okay, so you should see the file now. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys so much for all the help, by the way. Great. Okay, thank you guys. I completely forgot what we were doing. So I think what I just did is I created an empty plot. So what I'm going to do next is go down to the bottom of the screen, look for the plot command. And now I'm just going to say save fig plt out.png. Let's go over here. Let's do include. Run the last Monte Carlo. And hopefully this creates a plot. We'll see what happens. Okay. So now if I do the last Mirage here, we should see an empty plot. Nice. I'm impressed he can keep his without any auto indenting. Yeah, I mean, it's easier without, actually, it would be harder with auto indenting, right? Because like then, I don't like auto indenting because when I think about code, I think about it at its indentation level, right? So if you say for something, and then the next line auto indents you, I get really confused because that's not naturally what I write. I don't write the next line. I write for and then I write end, right? So I don't want to be one indentation level in. I want to be at this, I want to create my own indentation so I can do, right? So like, it just depends on what you're used to. Okay, so I should now have a save fig. So let me go down to the bottom and let me look for save fig. There was nothing. Save fig. Okay. But end would fix its indentation if it's set up correctly. Yeah, it could be. I'm probably just squabbling. So I should be on the save fig. I'm gonna DD here, and I'm gonna look for the return, and then I'm going to paste above that. Okay. Over here, I'm going to remove out.png, and then we're just gonna run include Monte Carlo again, and we should see the same blank figure. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to scatter plot to this figure. Julia is not indent sensitive. It's not at all. So it's not like Python. Oh, this would be awful in Python if you had to keep your indentation levels the same. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Okay. So let's go here, go down to the bottom of the file. What am I gonna do next? So what I need to do is basically within the for loop, I need to create an if statement. I need to think about this. So I need to identify that this particular point is within the circle, or it's just within the square, right? So it's not within the circle at all. But the issue here is that the way I have this written is it basically says if, what does it say? It says if we're within the circle or within whatever shape we provided, we then add one to the count. But what I want that to say is we scatter plot. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay, I totally understand now. Okay, I got it. So let's go over here, and I'm going to go down to the bottom of the file. I think I only have one if statement in the file. That might come back to bite me, but I think I only have one if statement in the file. So now I'm going to go down to the next end statement. I'm going to open up a new line and say else print line yo. Include Monte Carlo. Yes, got a bunch of yos. Okay, so I know I'm on the right line now. So look for the last yo. And then on this line, what I want to do is scatter onto the PLT Rx, Ry. Okay, so now we're going to do include. Oh no. Syntax, space before open bracket, not allowed in PLT. Okay. I completely wrote that wrong. So let me try that again. I'm just going to rewrite that entire line because I don't know what I did wrong. But I'm just going to do scatter PLT Rx, Ry. And let's go here to Monte Carlo. No, I want to go to include. Now we're going to do Monte Carlo. Okay. So now what we should see, I forgot the comma in Rx, Ry. So now what we should see if I open up the file. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, this isn't so bad. We need to make it so the labels don't exist, but we do have the outer part of the square. And now we have to make sure that all the points are the same color. Did you ever submit an assignment at uni that you had neglected to remove some swear words from the comments in? Oh, I never swear in my comments. I'm not that mean. Okay. So we need to do a couple of different things. The first thing we need to do is let's look for a scatter plot. And we need to where's scatter? Okay, I was really hoping that we could just get a goody good. Whoops, I meant fair enough. Sorry, it auto corrected me. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Let's do home. Let's look for a scatter. Okay. No, I want basic tutorial. How do you set the point color in a scatter plot? Okay. Well, let's just try it. So here we're going to do PLT is equal to plot. And now we're going to run the scatter command here of 1, 3. Perfect. So now we want to do legend equals this. Does that work? Okay, title maybe. Okay. Name. I just want to make it so we don't have anything in the legend. Color equals blue. Okay, so that at least gets all the colors right. So now the question is, how do we make it so we don't get anything in the legend? So empty. No, nothing in legend plots Julia. Legend equals nothing. Legend equals false. Legend equals false. Okay, so in my original, so if I do in the PLT here, and we do plot legend equals false. Okay, and then I do the scatter plot here. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I should be in the file again. So what I'm gonna do is go to the end of the line where I'm at, go over to put in color equals blue. And now we're going to run include. Oh no. Okay, that wasn't right. Let's undo whatever the heck I just did. Write that, go over here and include again. Now we're going to run, nope. Now we're going to run the last Monte Carlo function here. Okay, good, so that's working. So let me just go to the bottom of the file, look up scatter, and now I'm going to go to the end of that line. And I see what I need to do. I just need to go color equals blue. Right, that. So now we're going to try include and Monte Carlo. God, for Pete's sake. Unknown color clue. Oh, fair enough. That was a typo. Clue. RB. Okay, so now the last thing I need to do is over here, when I create the plot, I need to make it so the plot has legend equals false in it. So let's look for plot. Go to the end of the line and say legend equals false. So now we're going to do include, run Monte Carlo, take a look at the output, which should be somewhere up here. Here it is, Mirage. Okay, so good. So now we have the outer square right here. And so now we just have to get the inner circle. Okay, so we have the scatter plot. Let's go to scatter. Okay, so we have the scatter plot. I think I can just yank this, go up a line, and paste it. And we should see just a random distribution of points. Exactly. Okay, so now the only other thing I need to do, we just pasted it above. So if I go to scatter, I'm on one of the scatters. I don't know if this is a scatter for the circle or the scatter for the square, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for blue and do 1, 2, 3, 4 red. And now we're going to do include Monte Carlo, and now we should see something red and something blue. Okay, there we go. So we have a red outer and a blue inner square and circle. So we've recreated the typical Monte Carlo diagram. So now if I do a Monte Carlo with a few more points, we should see, and it's taking a while because we're plotting a point every time step, which is not the best way to do this. We should see the stereotypical Monte Carlo image that everyone knows and loves. So, cool. Give that guy a second to run. It's taking a while again because we're doing this super inefficiently. We should have pre-generated the vector of all the points if we were going to do this, but it is what it is. Okay. But I think that fulfills everything that I wanted to do for this method. I think we can create a new in-shape function. Like, for example, if we want to do a square or something, we could do that. Yeah, maybe we create one more function. So it's not just in circle, it's now we also have an in square function. We could do that as well, just to kind of round it off. I think that'd be kind of fun. Just to say that we can do arbitrary shapes and stuff like that. But yeah, this is basically what I wanted to get done. I mean, for a programming challenge, I think this is actually kind of fun. Like, I do realize that it's kind of a bit difficult, right? Because, like, I have no idea what's going on, so I have to keep relying on the chat for this. But if you guys want to see, like, more programming challenges like that, I'm actually genuinely willing to do more. Like, this was kind of fun. Like, it was actually a lot of fun. It was a nice break. Also, this Monte Carlo function is taking way too long. I feel like it's doing something that it shouldn't be doing. Okay, there we go. So now if we look at the output.png, there we go. The perfect image that we wanted to see. So now you see circle, square. I still think the hidden bit should just be the algorithm. And the testing plot, etc. should be visible. I don't know what you mean. I'm so sorry about that, CVC. What do you mean? You think the hidden bit should just be the algorithm? That's my normal stream. That's like that's every stream I do so far as I'm aware, unless I'm really misunderstanding. Um, because that's normally what I do. So okay. Um, so should we do one more function? Blind PR code review. Blind PR code review is about the same as the code reviews we're already doing. Um, okay. So I think that's actually a good place to stop for now. We do have the Monte Carlo thing done. Um, let's see. What if you try to do this challenge plus no backspace? I feel like that'd be way too hard. Hide the code for the algorithm. So in this case, the Monte Carlo stuff, where the code for the plotting and the output of pi should be visible. Oh, I see. Do you think hot dog is a sandwich? I don't know. I don't. I guess so. I don't really think about it too much. It's not like that one thought consumes all of my, you know, I never comes up in conversation. So, okay. So I think we did everything we need to do. You can just use D and left and right. Oh, or other VI stuff. Oh, wait. I never pressed backspace. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you're saying specifically the backspace key, I never pressed that button during this entire challenge. So if that's what you're asking, I already did that. That was this challenge here. So, I always use X, DD, or capital R. That's what I always use. Backspace is kind of a useless key. Incredibly useless compared to the escape key. The escape key is by far the most important key on your keyboard. So anyway, I'm sorry if I sound like ranty. I don't mean to sound ranty. So I guess what I will do now is I will look at the code that I actually wrote and see how crappy it is. So let me show you guys what I saw the whole time. So this is what I was seeing the whole time I was coding. Like I saw nothing. As you can see, I did accidentally type a whole bunch of things into this terminal on accident. But overall, I think it's fine. So now I'm gonna look at the code and see how bad it is because I'm pretty sure it's not too great. So I'm just gonna delete this and okay, it's not so bad, right? Like it's not so bad at all, honestly. So the big issue, right? Oh gosh, it's actually pretty bad now that I look at it. So to clean it up, I would open a new line here. This end statement should be here, and this should be here, and then this if should be there. But okay, so it's not so bad considering I couldn't see what I was doing. That's really not so bad. Pretty happy with that actually. Yeah, and actually these new lines down here I meant to do. These I wanted down there because I for some reason couldn't tell if I was I couldn't tell if I was at the bottom of the file or not. So if I went to the bottom of the file, I wasn't sure if I was on this end statement or if I was in a new line. So I just added a bunch of new lines so I knew I would always be not on this end because there were a lot of situations where I couldn't figure out where I was in the file. Yeah, okay. I'm relatively happy with that. And then obviously we have the image at the end. You know, this worked out pretty well. So we were able to do Monte Carlo. We got a nice image out at the end. I think that was relatively successful as far as like programming without seeing anything that I was doing. I'm pretty happy with that. If you guys think of any other cool programming challenges that you might want to see in the future, feel free to let me know. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube and I do happen to turn this into a YouTube video, please leave any comments you have and any suggestions as well in the comment section below. In addition, please feel free to check out all of my stuff, you know, Discord, Twitch, GitHub sponsors, GitHub, everything like that. All the links should be in the description. Outside of that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I have no idea if I'm actually going to turn this into a video, if I'm being totally and completely honest, but I think it could be okay if I do the editing right. So anyway, guys, I do think that's where I'm going to leave it for today as well for stream. So let's go to Twitch and let's see who's live. We have Strager live, we have Tail Foundry, we have Caitlin V3, who should be doing, let's see, she usually does like hardware stuff. I learned a lot today. I found out about you on the new MIT course. Nice job. Oh yeah, thanks for coming in. Can we embed a rectangle inside of an oval? Is it too much? It's too much, but is it possible? Oh yeah, it's definitely possible. When we did the original Monte Carlo video, which should be here. Well, let's just in this Monte Carlo video. Let me open up over here, paste it in there. We did Monte Carlo. So what we did is we did the
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you no.
I can't mute and add. Anyway, here I am. We did the Monte Carlo. We did Monte Carlo of the Batman symbol. So yeah. So you can definitely do it of anything you want. As long as you know the area of the shape on the outside. And you have some sort of equation with this method for the shape on the inside, you can do anything you want. It's really open-ended. And again, Monte Carlo usually, beckons an entire class of algorithms. It's not just this method. There's a number of basically anything that uses random numbers to get like real results is considered to be a Monte Carlo method. So, okay, so let me go back to Twitch because I just realized we didn't choose a raid target. Actually.
He'll lose. Oh, I hear that's a thing.
Okay. So let's see. Who do we want to raid at the end of stream? We could do Skylius. I think she just started. Literally just started with a short history stream, which I think would be kind of fun. So let's do that. Let's raid Skylius at the end of stream. So let's start the raid on Skylius. Okay. That is it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it happens to be your time. And I'll see you guys around next time for the next episode of Simuleos. Let me know if you guys want to see more programming challenges. I'm totally keen on doing more. I did like this. This was a lot of fun on my end. Although, admittedly, you look super young in the video. What video are we talking about? Oh, that video, the Monte Carlo video. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.